Okay, welcome everyone to our first Sunday meditation of the year. Um, this meditation, live meditations that happen 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every Sunday, brought to you by the Meditation Mindful Living Collective. And it's really a great tradition that we've done for the last 6 years, and everyone is invited. And it's a beautiful, beautiful time together. And we have sometimes I'm leading these meditations. Sometimes my wife, Stephanie, is leading these meditations. Sometimes we have other teachers leading these meditations as well. And so let me just get a sense of everyone here and just welcoming everyone into this new year. And welcome Deborah and Carl from cold, wet, and windy South Wales, and Sandy from Foothill Ranch, Orange County. Welcome Ted from foggy, wet, and kind of dismal Sweden. Let's see here. Welcome Sandy. Oh, Sandy, Ted, Sandy again. Denise, welcome from warm and wet New Jersey. I love how everyone's talking about their the conditions of their outside world, because it does, it's interesting, as we think about this, the conditions and the weather of our outside world also is just kind of a metaphor for our inside world oftentimes. And we all kind of know that there's these different weather patterns internally that we all have been and always working with. Welcome Mukesh from San Diego, and Rich from Boston, and Kelly from Palos Verdes, and Barbara from gray and gloomy New York City, and Sarah from Toronto, Canada, and Asha from chilly, dark and rather chilly London, UK. Happy New Year, wishing you peace, lots of fun, good, and health. Beautiful. Welcome Hillary from cold and snowy Chicago. Barbara, welcome, and Yuan from rainy Belgium. Artely from Bermuda. Beautiful. Welcome Ellie and Suzanne Jewel, and Laura and Carla. You can see, and the reason I read these, read everyone and welcome everyone, is for also just to get a sense of, I want you to kind of see a globe in your mind and see these points kind of popping up. And sometimes we get very myopic in some ways and are just thinking of especially in difficult times, our mind just kind of thinking about ourselves and troubles we're having or challenges we're having. And that's what our brain does. It begins to self-reference when we start feeling anxious or things get challenging for survival reasons. And it's good to recognize that, oh, hey, I'm not alone. There's right now in this very moment, this is who's attending this practice. Welcome Franny from Hamburg, Germany, and Carla from Salt Lake City, Utah, and Laura from sunny and chilly LA. Yep, right where I am. And welcome Kate from Arizona, and Kiche from it's beautiful here and cold. Happy New Year. Lisanne from England. Dale from near Philly, feeling concerned. Helen, Glasgow. Beautiful. Okay, so welcome everyone. So I was thinking about what the meditation should be for today. And again, if you're new here, welcome. This is your first meditation here. Welcome, Louise, Denmark. We do these every Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I was thinking about it today and thinking about this new year and 2022 and different feelings that are happening. I was just at a small New Year's Eve gathering with some friends, and just being aware of the array of different experiences people are having, from deep, deep concern and feeling anxious about what's happening, in your different countries and in the world, and to some people feeling a little more lighter and hopeful at news that's coming out, whether it's about COVID or other things, but there was a general feeling of kind of guardedness still around just the state of being. And that may or may not be your feeling, but just to let you know, there's a variety of weather patterns that are out there. Again, externally, like we know, and internally. And so I felt like today was a good day to do, as the new year is dawning. As I think about like flourishing in this next year, in order to flourish in this next year, for any of us, we need to be rooted and grounded, because no doubt there will be weather patterns that come our way: strong winds, heavy rains, tornadoes and hurricanes at times. And we want our roots to be deep. We want ourselves to feel a sense of stability. And we want to tap into a part of ourselves that can feel a bit more peace. So why not start the year creating that foundation? And then we can focus on what dreams do we have, like not in this particular practice, but then we can focus on what dreams do we have, where do we want to go in this next new year, what are possibilities that are here. And but we want to lay a foundation of stability, peace, and connection. And then as we're moving towards the things that we want in life, and inevitable challenges and obstacles come our way, we'll feel more rooted and grounded, so we won't get blown away so easily. So I thought about somebody who I really respect, and one of the leaders in our field, Jon Kabat-Zinn, and thought, let's honor him today as well. And today we're going to be doing his mountain meditation. Well, let's just say this: today we're going to be doing an adaptation of his mountain meditation, because there's an extra part that I feel like is nice to layer in, and sometimes adapt some of what he's done, but and layer in. And so I just want you to allow yourself to come in with an open mind, and allow yourself to acknowledge the gift of taking this time. And so settling into a comfortable position. You can settle into a position seated or lying down. I might even recommend playing with the position. The importance, the one thing that's important in this position is that you have a straight spine, and that you allow yourself to be comfortable. I'll invite you to close your eyes, as this will be an internal practice. So starting off with a couple deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. As you breathe in, allow the breath to fully inhabit your body, as if it's touching every cell of your body, and it's grounding. Breathing out, an opportunity to release any tension or holding in your body. Breathing in, you can even say to yourself, grounding if you want to. Almost as if your body's rooting. The breath is coming into your body and rooting down to your feet. Whatever parts of your body are connected to the ground. Breathing out, tension, holding, busyness of mind. As we're breathing in, also being aware of how we're feeling right now. Maybe a variety of weather patterns internally. There might be a feeling of feeling comfortable, uncomfortable, neutral. Maybe something more specific, anxious, restless, irritable, or calm, or at ease, or open. And being aware of the quality of your attention as well. If your mind does seem distracted and cluttered, then taking a moment, taking a deep breath, releasing, softening your body, readjusting your posture maybe, and recommitting to just being here, just for this time. Sensing the contact of your body to the chair or the ground. Feeling your feet and your legs, your hips, your torso, your arms and hands, shoulders, your face and head. Just feeling your whole body here for a moment, naturally breathing. Sensing into any part of your body that feels a sense of stillness. And now, as you're sitting here, letting an image form in your mind's eye of the most magnificent or beautiful mountain you know, or maybe a mountain you've seen, or one you can imagine. Giving it space and time to just come into focus. Or if it's fuzzy or having a difficult time coming into focus, just allowing for a sense of this mountain and feeling its overall shape, its lofty peak, or how it might peak high into the sky. Feeling or sensing the large base rooted in the bedrock of the Earth's crust. its steep or gently sloping slides. Just sensing how massive it is, how solid, how unmoving, how beautiful, whether from up far or up close. As you're sensing or viewing it, and noticing how perhaps your mountain has snow blanketing its tops and trees reaching down to the base, or maybe rugged granite sides. How there may be streams and waterfalls cascading down the slopes. There may be one peak or a series of peaks, or with meadows and high lakes. Just taking your time, observing it, noting its qualities, and when you're feeling ready, seeing if you can bring the mountain into your own body. Sitting here so that your body and the mountain in your mind's eye become one. So as you're sitting here, sharing in the massiveness and stillness and majesty of this mountain, becoming the mountain. Noticing the grounding in your sitting posture, how maybe your head becomes the lofty peak, supported by the rest of the body, affording a panoramic view. How your shoulders and arms are like the sides of the mountain. How your buttocks and legs are like the solid base rooted to your cushion or the ground or your chair. And experiencing in your body a sense of uplift from deep within your pelvis and spine. With each breath, continuing to sit, becoming a little bit more as you breathe in and breathe out. It's as if you're a breathing mountain, alive and vital, yet unwavering in your inner stillness. Completely what you are, beyond words and thought, a centered, grounded, unmoving presence. And as you're sitting here, becoming aware of the fact that as the sun travels across the sky, The light and shadows and colors are changing virtually moment by moment in the mountain stillness. And the surface teems with life and activity, streams, melting snow, waterfalls, plants, and wildlife. And as the mountain sits, seeing and feeling how night follows day and day follows night, the bright warming sun followed by the cool night sky studded with stars and the gradual dawning of a new day. And through it all, the mountain just sits, experiencing change in each moment, constantly changing, yet always just being itself. It remains still as the seasons flow into one another and as the weather changes moment by moment and day by day, calmness abiding all change. In the summer, there's no snow on the mountain except perhaps for the very peaks or in crags shielded from direct sunlight. In the fall, the mountain may wear a coat of brilliant fire colors. In winter, a blanket of snow and ice. In any season, it may find itself at times enshrouded in clouds or fog or pelted by freezing rain. People may come to see the mountain and comment on how beautiful it is or how it's not a good day to see the mountain, that it's too cloudy or rainy or foggy or dark. But none of this matters to the mountain, which remains at all times its essential self. Clouds may come and clouds may go. Tourists may like it or not. The mountain's magnificence and beauty are not changed one bit by whether people see it or not, seen or unseen, in sun or clouds, broiling or frigid, day or night. It just sits, being itself. At times it's visited by violent storms, buffeted by snow and rain and winds of unthinkable magnitude. Through it all, the mountain sits. Spring comes, trees leaf out, flowers bloom in the high meadows and slopes, birds sing in the trees once again, streams overflow with waters of melting snow. Through it all, the mountain continues to sit, unmoved by the weather, by what happens on its surface, by the world of appearances, remaining its essential self through the seasons, the changing weather, the activity ebbing and flowing on its surface. And as we sit in meditation right now, we can learn to experience this mountain. We can embody the same central, unwavering stillness and groundedness in the face of everything that changes in our own lives over seconds, over hours, over years. In our lives and in our meditation practice, we experience constantly the changing nature of mind and body in the outer world. We have our own periods of light and darkness, activity and inactivity, our moments of color and our moments of drabness. It's true that we experience storms of varying intensity and violence in the outer world and in our own minds and bodies, buffeted by high winds, by cold and rain. We endure periods of darkness and pain, as well as the moments of joy and uplift. Even our appearance changes constantly, experiencing a weather of its own. And by becoming the mountain in our meditation practice, we can link up with its strength and stability and adopt them for our own. We can use its energies to support our energy to encounter each moment with mindfulness and equanimity and clarity. It may help to see that our thoughts and feelings, our preoccupations, our emotional storms and crises, even the things that happen to us, are very much like the weather on the mountain. We tend to take it all personally, but its strongest characteristic is impersonal. The weather of our own lives is not being ignored or denied. It is to be encountered, honored, felt, known for what it is, and held in awareness. And in holding it in this way, we come to know a deeper silence and stillness and wisdom. Mountains have this to teach us, and much more if we can let it in. So, taking a few minutes now, continuing to sustain the mountain meditation on your own, in silence, moment by moment, until you hear my voice again. And now, taking a moment to recognize that you're not only one mountain, that there are people all around the world right now that are practicing with you. In some ways, you might consider that a mountain range, connected, each mountain connected to the next. And so as you breathe in this sense of being the mountain, this sense of stability, groundedness, peace. As you breathe out, sensing into the mountain range here, as if your breath touches every other person that's here right now, all around the world. So breathing in this sense of stability, groundedness, peace, one for me. Breathing out the sense of stability, groundedness, and peace, the intentions, the friendly wish for that in the days and weeks and months to come, for everyone else here who's practicing right now across time and space. Breathing in one for me, breathing out one for everyone. And on your next inhalation, I want you to consider that everyone around the world right now is also sending this to you. So as you breathe in, sensing into the gift, receiving the sense of this friendly wish of stability, groundedness, peace in the days, weeks, and months to come, sending in hundreds of gifts coming to you all at once. The power of that. Breathing out, one for you, sending it back. As you're sitting here, being aware of how you're feeling, naturally breathing, coming to your body for a moment, just noticing how your body's feeling, what's here emotionally, the quality of your attention, body naturally breathing. Taking a moment to listen to this new poem called A New Day's Lyric by Amanda Gorman. May this be the day we come together. Morning, we come to mend. Withered, we come to weather. Torn, we come to tend. Battered, we come to better. Tethered by this year of yearning, we are learning that though we weren't ready for this, we have been ready to buy it. We steadily vow that no matter how we are weighed down, we must always pave a way forward. This hope is our door, our portal. Even if we never get back to normal, someday we can venture beyond it to leave the known and take the first steps. So let us not return to what was normal, but reach toward what is next. What was cursed, we will cure. What was plagued, we will prove pure. Where we tend to argue, we will try to agree. Those fortunes we forswore, now the future we foresee. Where we weren't aware, we're now awake. Those moments we missed, and now these moments we make. The moments we meet in our hearts, once altogether beaten, now altogether beat. Come, Look up with kindness yet, for even solace can be sourced from sorrow. We remember not just for the sake of yesterday, but to take on tomorrow. We heed this old spirit in a new day's lyric. In our hearts we hear it. For auld lang syne, my dear, for auld lang syne, be bold, sang time this year, be bold, sang time. For when you honor yesterday, tomorrow ye will find. Know what we've fought need not be forgot, nor for none. It defines us, binds us as one. Come over, join this day just begun. For wherever we come together, we will forever overcome. For wherever we come together, we will forever overcome. So taking a moment as you're breathing, sensing into this togetherness that's here right now. Allowing that also to be a grounding force. A sense of connection is at the epicenter of well-being and resiliency. And it's always here, just waiting to be tapped into. And so, as we bring this practice to an end today, just taking a moment to really acknowledge yourself. Maybe acknowledging everyone here for creating this space and time for your own health and well-being. This is one of the deepest forms of self-care or self-love. And so just a moment of acknowledging that. And beginning to bring awareness to your face, gently letting the light seep through, opening your eyes. Okay, beautiful. Well, thank you everyone for taking this time. Again, this is brought on by the Mindful Living Collective. We do this every Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll be in whatever your time zone is. We also have been putting this on for the last 6 years, and recently have adopted the format of a donation-based offering. And so, if you're open to that and willing, we offer those links below. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you're watching it, and you're welcome to give as a form of generosity. That's just part of the tradition of teaching, and also part of our own health and well-being. Something about that feels good. And so you're welcome to do that as well. Let's take a few moments. I know we've gone a little long today, and just share, if you can, as we're beginning this new year, what you noticed in that practice, what you're noticing right now, maybe, and get a sense of the entire community here. And we will end, before we end, with this giant group hug. And if you've never done that before, or your mind says like, what, that's crazy, then I'd say take a step back from the natural judgment of that and just experience it and see what you notice. I'm already seeing so much beauty in this, in the comments in here that are happening. Chris, we're sending you healing right now. I'm seeing the diagnosis of bowel cancer, and I'm seeing people here sending you support as well through this healing journey. Yep. And then there's been the fires in Colorado. Tracy's written, yep, sad times here, but thank goodness for the snow. Yeah. Healing to your community, Tracy. I'm seeing people are just jumping in. The back and forth here is really beautiful of everyone here. Mukesh says, sense of being centered in face of life's adversities. Carla says, a beautiful offering. Ellie, feeling great after this meditation. Peggy, beautiful meditation. Happy New Year, everyone. Great. Yes. Yeah. So take this moment. Resilience for the mountain strengthens me. Yeah. So, this is something that's readily available, and this nature gives us wonderful examples of what it means to be stable and rooted. I mean, we can think of the mountain, we can think of trees, the roots of trees going deep. We can look at some of the big rooted, strong trees sometimes as we're walking around our neighborhood, or walking around. If you live by, a forest or a mountain, you can just take a moment and look at these natural examples and see if you can sense into the rootedness and groundedness and stability that's there. Nothing wrong with hugging a tree if you're feeling unrooted and taking in its stability. Suzanne, such tenderness in hearing that poem. Opened my heart to possibilities. Carl, lifted my spirit to face tomorrow. Beautiful. Asha, beautiful meditation. It's wonderful to visit a familiar practice with a new voice. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, right. Love the mountain range of connectivity with this community. So Suzanne, the mountain range, just to give everyone some context here, was created by my wife, Stephanie Goldstein. She adapted the mountain meditation to become the mountain range meditation, which became more of a compassion meditation. You can probably search that on YouTube and find the mountain range meditation. And she does a really beautiful version of that. And she kind of, really kind of created it on her own. May, this practice was incredibly integrating, visually powerful as it became the mountain. It changed my landscape. The mountain range visual was expansive and calming. Beautiful. Thank you. Happy New Year to everyone. Sandy, beautiful. Wonderful. Well, thank you, everyone. Continue to come back here. Again, if it is open to you, part of the tradition of this is as a donation-based offering. And so you're welcome to find the links of those donations, again, below or within the comments section. And you can just go straight to that and your practice with that. Or take it, or if that's not available to you, then take it as it is. Beautiful. Okay. All right. We will be back here next week. If you're part of the Mindful Living Collective, we offer meditations every single day in there, multiple times a day. And so you're welcome to take advantage of that. I also run a personal coaching program called Uncover the Power Within, where we're a very intimate group going through a learning curriculum. And that's something that I call a mental health accelerator. If you're interested in that, you can also check that out. Again, Uncover the Power Within. Otherwise, we look forward to being with you again here. One last thing, if you're interested in becoming a mindfulness teacher in 2022, we have a course of mindful living professional teacher training program that starts in the middle of February. The beginning of February, and there's just 2 weeks left for registration. If you're interested in learning more about that, let us know. You can find out more about that. I don't have the links readily available to me right now, but you can reach out to me or make a comment here, and I'll be more than happy to connect with you around that. Okay. Otherwise, we look forward to being with you next time. Have a wonderful day, and continue to feel the connection here. And we'll see you soon. Okay. Bye for now. Happy New Year.